times, couples sometimes have problems conceiving babies the natural way. So a lot of the times they result into surrogate parenting. Usually either they find a woman that they know personally, or sometimes they can go through a surrogate agency and find a woman who will carry their baby. A lot of the times they artificially inseminate, the prospective mother with the spouse's semen, and it's all a big process, whether you can do through an agency or independently. But a surrogate parent usually carries the baby, through full term for the couple that is not able to conceive naturally.
Intended parents, sometimes also described as intended parents, or commissioning parents, refers to the individuals who plan to receive the child into their home and raise the child as their own after the surrogate has given birth. Full surrogacy refers to a surrogacy arrangement in which all of the genetic material involved originates either from the intended parents or donors. Full surrogacy requires the use of assisted reproductive technology, also known as ART. Full surrogacy is also referred to as gestational surrogacy. By contrast, partial surrogacy refers to surrogacy arrangements in which the surrogate's genetic material is used to conceive the child as part of the contrast. This method is also sometimes referred to as traditional surrogacy, because this was how surrogacy arrangements worked before the ART developed. Altruistic surrogacy stands in opposition to commercial surrogacy. Commercial surrogacy refers to surrogacy arrangements in which the surrogate is paid a fee above and beyond reimbursement for reasonable expenses. Altruistic surrogacy, on the other hand, refers to arrangements in which the surrogate volunteers to perform a service without being paid, except potentially some payment for expenses.
Intended parents that come to our program must have a medical reason for participating in surrogacy. With regards to surrogate moms, we need you to get a copy of all of your OB records. So you need to go to your obstetrician and get a copy of all the records for all the births that you've had, and we do need a complete copy of those records, please. Once we've got the records, we will review them, and then we're going to send you to an IVF doctor for a full evaluation. What the counselor is going to do is invite you and your significant other, if you have one, to a meeting with her in person. And she's going to talk to you about the risks of surrogacy and the impact surrogacy may have upon your marriage, your relationship, your work, and even the impact surrogacy may have upon your children. What she's going to do is really get to know you as a person, because getting to know who you are as a person is going to help her make the very best match with the intended parent for you.
In the state of New York declares surrogacy contracts contrary to public policy void and unenforceable. Parties to a contract are subject to a civil penalty of up to $500. People who assist in arranging the contract are liable for up to a civil penalty of $10,000. A second violation constitutes a felony. A birth mother's participation in the contract, however, may not be held against her in a custody dispute with the genetic parents or grandparents. Surrogacy law is constantly evolving. Qualified legal counsel will stay abreast of any changes relevant to your unique circumstances and location, proactively managing any issues that affect your case. Legal counsel will draft the agreements governing your relationship with your surrogate mother. These agreements are designed to protect both your parent rights and the rights of your surrogate mother during and after the pregnancy. Creating an agreement that is perceived to be fair by both parties is a critical step in forming a healthy relationship. Legal counsel will file any and all necessary documents with the court where the baby is born to recognize you as the parents on the birth certificate.
Being a surrogate is a very difficult and challenging and rewarding experience. The number one question people ask you is, why do you want to be a surrogate? Well, why do people run marathons? Why do people climb mountains? Why do people go back to school? Why do people in their 70s go back to, become a doctor? And it's because sometimes there's things in life that are worth the effort and the time and the mental and physical trials that they deserve. And I feel that surrogacy is one of those things. It is a lot of work, and it is absolutely worth every single step of it. It's been extremely enriching to my life. It's extremely enriching to my daughter's life, as well as to the lives of the people that I get to help and that I get to participate in. And being there with an intended mother who is like shaking and crying because she's seeing her baby be born is not something that you will ever find doing anything else. So it's very specific to being a surrogate. So it's the greatest thing you can ever do. If you're capable of it, you should absolutely